Kadosh, good evening. We're going to continue. This is the Sefer of Bitachon, or the Bet Halevi, Ot Yod Aleph, number 11. Okay, and it says over here, Tzipita Lishua. What does this mean? Did you wait? Were you yearning for salvation? If you strengthen yourself in bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You know, that's what he says like this. Now that it has become clear to a human being, that he's not going to put his bitachon in any person whatsoever. He's to put his bitachon where? In HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki hu echad mitzvot shebatorah, but that's one of the mitzvot of the Torah. Uvishat adin, and during the time of judgment, shoalin lo, they're going to ask him, meaning after 120 years, they're going to ask a person, Sipita lishua? Were you yearning for salvation? Pirush, which means to say, Im chika lishua velo nityaesh mimena, did you wait the salvation? In other words, or were you waiting for his salvation and you not give up hope? That's what he's saying over here. So Rashi explains that this is going on the final redemption, right? Because he says we live in exile, it's an imperfect world, and therefore we're looking forward to the Mashiach. However, though, the Bet Halevi now is coming and adding in another explanation. We thought it was after 120, and that's how exactly I started. I started by telling you guys, after 120, what did they ask you? Tzipita lishua. Comes a Bet Halevi and he says, one second. Why are you going so far? Why are you going to after 120? He writes that we will be asked this whether we despair during times of personal hardship or whether we trusted in Hashem. That's all the time, not only just after 120. Tzipita lishua was not only every single time we're going to be asked, were you mitzapeh lishua? Why? Because in essence, every single person, every single Jew has hardships. Some people, they have a difficult time, right? Paying attention. They come, they do other things. Other people, right? It all depends on circumstances. So everyone has challenges in life. So some people come and they face financial difficulties. Some people with medical difficulties, some people with marriage partners, some people with children, everyone has a challenge. There doesn't exist a human being that does not have a challenge. But now the question is, do we anticipate the salvation from Hashem? Sipita lishua. What? Yeshua. Salvation. V'itchazek bebitchono bechol prat shenitchadesh alav. So not only do we wait for the salvation, but rather v'itchazek bebitchono bechol prat shenitchadesh alav, which means that we strengthen ourselves in the reliance of Hashem with everything that arose during our lifetime. I mean, it's not just like a one-off. By the way, were you waiting for Mashiach? No. That's not the question. According to the Bet Halevi, that wasn't the question of the Gemara at all. The question of the Gemara is, were you always looking forward to the salvation of Hashem? Or was it that every single time you're going to wait? If it's something medical, I'm going to wait for the doctor. If it's something financial, I'm going to wait for my boss. If it's something this, I'm going to wait for my wife. If it's that, and you keep on, no. Tzipita lishua means ourselves. Did we wait for it? Nothing to do with right now, whether Mashiach's coming, not coming, nothing to do with that. It's a completely different, because the truth is, it's something incredible. Because according to this, which one? What do you mean by it's even more? It's more applicable. It's more applicable because the Mashiach, okay, fine. Were you looking forward to the Mashiach? You're going to tell me either yes or no. That's what you're going to answer me. Here, it's in every single step of your life. You have an opportunity to do this. Just like Nasata v'natata be'emunah, which was the next one. Natata v'nasata, which is basically, were you trustworthy in your business? That wasn't when you sold the company at the end. Understand? That was every single time you did business. That was every single time you came. Did you go too much, too less, this and that? Right? I was actually just listening this morning. They gave an incredible thing. We were speaking about Ilchot Edut. Just to see how everything's always connected in the Torah. We were speaking about Ilchot Edut. And in Ilchot Edut, we were talking about who's considered kosher as an ed or not an ed. So somebody once came to the rabbi and he said to the rabbi, listen, you should know I went and I stole. What was I doing? I was stealing from a whole bunch of people. I was selling in my store, kukiyot. You know kukiyot, or the things of the hairbands for the girls. How do you call them in English? Huh? What? Okay, fine. So today is also for the guys, but once upon a time it was only for girls. So what happened? What happened was is that they used to sell in packages of 10. The guy was a smart guy. What did he do? He used to sell a lot of them 9, but a few of them 10. Yeah, some were 9, some were 10. So what happened? The ones that he sold for 9 and they went, so perfect, no problem. If somebody comes to complain, and there's always going to be complainers, don't worry about it. He comes, takes another one, says, 1 second. He used to go himself many times. He used to eye it very, very quickly, see if it had 10, take it out. He says, oh, I don't know, maybe something happened to your package, but here, this one I sent. Here, take this one. No problem, exchange. Everyone's happy, and he used to do that. But he didn't do that. He did that for years. Years and years and years and years he was doing it. Yeah? What? For years. Yeah? All of a sudden he comes and he tells, the rabbi, he wants to do teshuvah. But how's he going to do teshuvah? He wants to be a kosher ed. He wants to be a kosher witness. How does he become a kosher witness? So the rabbi comes and he tells him, you know what you're going to do? Very, very simple. Now you're going to put 11 instead of 10. And since the majority of the times the people, you still have the store in the same place, and usually the people, the customers are usually the same people. So hopefully, Be'ezrat Hashem, you're going to pay back all that which you stole the other way around, the 9 instead of the 10. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. So that's what he did. He did 11, but again, he also used to do some 10. But now instead of being 9 and 10, it was 10 and 11. Yeah, if somebody would come, who's going to come and complain that there's 11 instead of 10? When was the last time you saw somebody complain? Yeah? So what happened? Just like by putting 9, there was hardly any complaints. So too, by putting 11, there was no complaints. Yeah, he went and he did teshuvah. After a full year, he was losing all the money. Yeah, he was feeling it in his pockets. You know what it is all of a sudden? Just like he was making the money the other way around. Now he feels it, but he continued. So listen, I have to do teshuvah. This is my teshuvah. Yeah, he says, incredible what happened. How HaKadosh Baruch Hu helps a person do teshuvah. What does that mean? The second that he decided to do teshuvah, Hashem helps him. What happened? There's a whole, I forgot what it was called. Something Nieta Tzadik. What's it called? Yatzata Tzadik. Yeah, what is this Yatzata Tzadik? Right, this is an incredible company. Only Israelis could think of doing something like this. Yeah. So what do? Very, very simple. Yeah, they go and they're going to get, let's say, for example, people that they fix, whether it's washing machines, plumbers, all these things. So you call a plumber to the house. And what do? They're going to put inside the washing machine where it is, they're going to put a quarter. So the water is not coming out and it's being blocked by a quarter. Now you're calling a guy, right, an installator, those they call, plumber in to your house, and they're going to check it. Now there's hidden cameras. So now they're going to see what you're doing. So now a guy that's trustworthy, and there were people that were trustworthy, what happens is, he comes, and all of a sudden, what does he do? He opens it up, he sees that there's a quarter, he comes and he tells them, listen, I'm not really going to charge you anything, because technically speaking, how much am I going to charge you? He said, maybe I could charge you, for coming out, but technically, I didn't really do anything. Saying it was just a quarter that was blocking it. So here it is, take the quarter, and then, it probably came out of the guy's pocket, so it wasn't like, it was a setup or anything. He doesn't realize it. So, okay, fine. He says, but not everyone's so trustworthy. So what happens? You have other people that they come, they open it up, they take out the quarter, and they're, this, that, keilu, and all of a sudden 250 shekel. The other one 370 shekel. And what did the guy do already? So you start asking, but what did he do? No, this, and I had to fix this, and I had to fix that, and it was the quarter, and everything's on tape. So all the people that they came out, what was it called again? Yatzata Tzadik. So anyone that came out tzaddikim, right? So obviously they get a big pirsum, and everyone starts, because it's trustworthy. So people are going to get them for business, and all the people know. All of a sudden, what happens is that they're coming and they're going to start checking into stores. So they come into the store, right? And a lot of stores, they have 9 out of 10. But this store, a crazy guy, he's got 11 out of 10. Yeah, he's got a lot of them which are 11. So what's going on over here? So they come and they start telling, they will start asking him. Now he's going to say, it was probably a mistake. It was probably this. It was probably that. He's going to start saying that, So what happened though? This guy Yatzat Tzaddik. Why? Because look what a good guy. Not only did he actually was giving them the 10, he's giving them 11 over 10. Everyone's going to come. All of a sudden the sales increased 500-fold. Everyone started coming to the store. Everyone started buying. So what happened? Even though you're right, he was at the beginning losing money because now he wasn't making that much money. Instead of 9, it was at 11, but he had much more of a turnover. And therefore it actually needed that now he wasn't losing money. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, no, chas v'shalom. It just shows you though, that when a person wants to do teshuvah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives him a special bracha and he helps him in doing the teshuvah. Because if not, he could have said to himself, listen, halas, after a year, how much can I already take? When the mullah's coming in, everyone's happy. So then don't worry about it. Just keep it on rolling. But all of a sudden now, when it's going to turn around, all of a sudden now, Rabbi, how long did you say I have to do this again? Yeah, because 1 second, how much am I going to do this already? You understand? But all of a sudden, Shamayim, it came out, right? So after a full year that he was doing it, and he was going to continue doing it. And then all of a sudden, HaKadosh Baruch Hu opened up the doors, and actually he didn't actually lose. So it was very interesting. But again, it was all the entire concept of what it was, about the dud, when does a person become disqualified, not disqualified, and we were going back and forth, right, with all these halachot. Exactly, we were speaking actually a lot about the halachot that we spoke about on Shabbat. It was actually just Stam Min Hashemayim. It was just like, it was a whole, whole shiur based on these things. Fine. The last chapter we're going to do tonight, and it says like this: Haboteach marviach b'shtayim. If somebody's going to come and they're going to have bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they're actually going to gain in two different things. What does that mean? In two ways. Ba'olam hazeh, b'vaday yasig ma shechaser lo mitzarchuto. First of all, in this world, for sure he's going to get everything that he's lacking. Everything that he needs, he's going to get. Just like the pasuk says, Lo yariv Hashem nefesh tzadik. Hashem will never bring hunger upon the righteous, right? Upon the nefesh, the soul of a tzaddik. Uchtiv, it's written, and that's talking about which one? What are we talking about when we say Mishimuara lo ira nachon li b'batoach Hashem? About tzedakah. We say Pizar natan la evyonim tzikato medalad. No, you don't know what I'm talking about. This is chapter Tehillim 112. No. Fine. Okay. So Bezat Hashem, when you come to 112, yeah, you'll get it over there. So he says over here, what does that mean? You won't be afraid of any negative things. As long as you are always confident in Hashem. As long as you have bitachon in Hashem, yeah, 1 minute. As long as you have bitachon in Hashem, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of anything negative that's going to happen. There are many psukim like this, which means a person that has bitachon in Hashem, don't worry about anything. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has your back. What does it mean he has your back? You won't be lacking anything. He never said you're going to become rich. He never said you're going to be a filthy rich guy. You understand? It's interesting why they actually put that together, filthy and rich. So it's very interesting. Okay, it's just to think about. Ve'od zot, Ve'od zot, and not only that, the second thing, scharo merubeh la'olam haba. So he gains two things. First of all, in olam hazeh, and number two, in olam haba. Why? Is a general rule in all the mitzvot. There's no reward in this world for mitzvot. I mean, the mitzvot, when are we going to get the reward? In the next world. So he says, anything that we get in this world is only the fruits. It's only like the interest, but it's not the actual principle. The principle, which is the actual mitzvah in itself, we get in the next world. Now it's only on the dividends. We're only just making on the extra, on the interest. That's what we're doing. A lot of people, what do? They come, they make fortunes. They put their money in banks or in all these different things, right? Investments and all these things. And then what do they live off? Of the dividends, right? The principle is always there. And they just live off and it's enough. And they continue doing. They continue getting more and more and more. And that's what they continue trying to do. But it's incredible. Why? Because that's exactly what's happening over here. And the principle is going to be for ulam haba, which is shukulotov. So that's what's so important of what it is. You understand? It's actually a beautiful concept. You understand, of doing such a thing. I just actually wanted to